Zach, you have your weekly column on ESPN.com and the app on it's usually 10 things you like and don't like. So what do you like going into these finals?
Well, look, George Sedano and I have been driving the Bam wagon for a couple years now, but even I did not expect Bam Adebayo to be flat out the best player in a conference finals series this year. That's what he was in the Eastern Conference Finals. So I'm just fascinated by how Eric Spoelstra deploys Bam on defense. Do you start him on Anthony Davis and put Jay Crowder on Dwight Howard? Do you start him on Dwight Howard and pray to God you can contain Anthony Davis? And when the Heat have the ball, you guys saw it. That Goran Dragic, Bam Adebayo pick and roll was a dunk parade against the Celtics. They tried lots of things. None of them really worked. What is the Lakers' answer to that going to be? To me, a lot of this series pivots around Bam Adebayo and Anthony Davis in the middle of the floor.
Yeah, so that's one of the things I like. I like the versatility that the Miami Heat have. I mean, they have Jay Crowder, they have Iguodala, they have Bam, they have multiple guys. Even Solomon Hill you could throw in there sparingly to guard LeBron if you want to move Bam to guard the center position. So, yes, Anthony Davis can shoot over those guys, but they move their feet extremely well. So they have a lot of versatility, which I like for the Miami Heat that they can guard. When they go big, if there's success in Laker Nation with the bigs, with Dwight dominating, that's when the issue tends to occur for the Miami Heat.
Yeah, everybody has said, kind of the same thing. And I think the big key in this series will be Dwight and it will be Anthony Davis for this reason. If they're not able to play Dwight and the Miami Heat shooters are able to get going and the Lakers are forced to play small, well, in my opinion, the Miami Heat have more small, high-level players than the Lakers do. And so that could really, really benefit the Miami Heat in this series. Ultimately, it's going to be Dwight Howard, it's going to be Anthony Davis that needs to force them to play big or force them to knock down shots. Because if Miami Heat are knocking down shots, it's going to be tough to play those two bigs together.
So, Zach, do you expect
on the flip side,
Bam?
real quick, guys.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
So on the flip side, and when they do go big, who do you play as the big for the Miami Heat right now? Myers Leonard? Like, where do you go with that? That's the question. Exactly. Yeah. No, exactly. I see your face, RJ. It's like, where do you go?
Don't start going off my facial expressions. That's not a good.
No. What I'm saying, I'm
agreeing
with you. I'm saying I agree with you. Like, it's like, what do you do? Like, I don't know if that's what I want to do. Myers Leonard guarding Anthony Davis or Dwight. Maybe you got to put him on Dwight.
Zach, how would you answer that?
I think we might see the return of Miami's double big lineups in this series. And I agree with RJ. The Lakers have been really good with their centers on the floor. There's been a rush, including by me, to say Anthony Davis at center, Anthony Davis at center. And against Houston, they had to do that. That was the only way they could blow that series open. I'm not convinced they're really any better without their centers on the floor. Their centers are great offensive rebounders. They're giant. It's impossible to get to the rim against them. And I agree with Vince. It could present a different kind of dilemma for Miami. Are we big enough with Bam at center and Jay Crowder at power forward? Do we need to go a little bigger, even if it's for 4 or 5 minutes a game? This is why I said I think this series pivots around those big men and how those minutes puzzles are sort of put together.
Well, and we're forgetting that the 6'9", 260-pound point guard in LeBron James is also a big. So you're forgetting about that added size. Like, he is the same size as Bam Adebayo, and we're talking about two other players that are bigger for the Lakers. And so ultimately the Lakers have to play big, in my opinion, because they need to shoot by volume. They need to get more shots. They need to get offensive rebounds. They need to get extra shots because they're not the most efficient of shooters, or they haven't been up until this point. So I look forward to see how that kind of chess match goes.
I want to point out that what you guys are seeing on your screen right now, that's practice today. It's going on right now. And Rob Pelinka, the general manager, is doing rebounding and spot assistant coach duties there for the guys as they rotate through.
Whatever you got to do to win.
Hey, sixth member of the Fab Five.
That's right.
Look, this is actually one of the realities of the bubble. I mean, it's kind of amusing to watch it, but they had a very limited number of staff that they could bring down here. And Rob has been doing this with them through all of their practices. Everybody pitches in here in Orlando. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.